I am back after have to restart my entire game, so that's freaking nice. Thanks EA. And hopefully that doesn't happen again. Hopefully, in that matter, and it doesn't happen again. So this is what I'm hoping. Let's go try to get Kellen Harris. You know, like even this guy probably accidentally crashed my game. So yeah. He, again, it's just going to hopefully just be a death piece and not just be, like, good or anything. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. So, I think we're going to just sign him. I'm expecting him to sign with us just because the factor that he has mutual interest, and he also, I won't be surprised not getting a ton of free agents. A ton of people coming after him. But I want to see, though, any of the, like, potential top 5 talents. So, thank goodness there are only one quarterback here. I was actually about to say 2, but there's only one here. But, unfortunately, there is only, like, one true player that's actually going to fill a need, and that is Justin Mormon. He's I guess, like, he is a good athletic receiver, but the problem is like, that's the only player here. I was expecting, like, another player to come in. Maybe Randy Perseus. Maybe I could move him to right end or D-tackle, I mean, and hopefully, or even the other rookie that I drafted, and hopefully that one of them could pan out. Or I could also get Jimmy Colin and maybe move Christian Wirfs to right tackle, then move the right tackle to right guard. So that's what I also could do. So, yeah, it's a little upsetting though that I wasn't expecting it to be like that. So that's kind of sucks. But easily, I think with the first overall pick, we're going to take the receiver. Just because of the fact that we have really no receivers outside of the rookie that we drafted last year. So, which hopefully he actually can just be a freaking juggernaut this year. Because we don't really have, again, any other targets outside of like Greg Dutch, who had over 1,000 yards last year. Like, our offense is very good. It's just like we have the lack of pass catchers. Like, we have our quarterback, we have our running back, we have our receiver, tight end, and heck, even our entire offensive line, except, actually, do we have a right guard? No, I think we actually do. I don't think we do, actually. I don't know. Oh, yeah, we do, because CD's Taurus, I forgot. So that makes the tackle just completely useless, unless I want him to just learn behind Tristan Wirfs for 2 years, but then that would just be a worthless signing to sign. So yeah, I think I have to trade back unfortunately, the pick that I actually traded for. Like, on defense, we still have a lot of needs. Like, D-tackle is a need still, because you never know if Devontae Wyatt will develop or not. We do need corner. We need a free safety. We need a outside linebacker. Like, we just need, actually, just in general, a actual linebacker who has experience and also is actually good at linebacker, because we're kind of lacking that at the moment. So number 1 overall pick, and again, this is not even a question, we are going to be taking Justin Moret out of Georgia. He's probably going to be hit. Yep, he's in development. He is probably going to just be another receiver to hopefully help out what is a very lack in talent receiving core, which is also very young, unfortunately. So this pick, going to be a trade back pick. Hopefully we could get a lot of draft capital for exchange with this pick. So we could move back 1 pick, but that's not what I'm here for. So we could trade back the 9th just to get a 2nd this year, but I don't think I want to do that, let's face it. I could maybe consider doing the Vikings, or the Titans even, but no. I kind of want to, like, get some picks for later on. This is pretty much the trade I would accept, just because we're getting 2 first-round picks in a second.
Has been traded.
Even if it is a division rival team, I'm still gladly taking that deal. So let me just see if there's any 7th overall pick available player that I might want to consider taking. I don't think there is any, because most of them are linemen and quarterbacks, which we already have our quarterbacks and all linemen. So this is going to be another pick that we're going to trade back, unfortunately. Like, I like this guy, but the problem is we already have our guy at tackle, so we don't need him. So this is another pick we're going to be trading back. Hopefully it's just like a few picks back. I don't want to trade it back to like 29. 27, no. 16, no. I don't like that deal. Like, eh. Trade, no. I don't want to like trade that close back. First and second next year. Sure, why not? Let's just get more picks next year, since you never know. I just don't know if this team is that confident yet. This draft is honestly very weird so far. So this is going to be a pick that hopefully we can get a player that's actually needed position. Dino Wagner, sure. I mean, we are in a lack of a playmaker receiver at the moment. Okay, his speed is very concerning. How big is this guy? He's 6'3", but like that speed. You know what? I'll take him.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
He needs speed. Okay, that's a lot better than I thought he was going to be. So hey, I'll take that. But it's gonna suck because that's not gonna help it a lot.
The Denver Broncos are
okay, so let's try to take a corner here, because outside again, AJ Terrell, there is nobody at corner. Or we could go with Cameron Gay. Could also go with him because I actually like him. Terman Boss. So is he going to be a boss at corner? Okay, so he does have some good attributes, but just I kind of am a little curious to see this other D tackle right here, Cameron Gay. So yeah, he's B and finesse. So he's a run stopper, right? He's probably going to have B or A in finesse moves. I can pretty much guarantee you that. And he's going to have A in tackling, because that's just what he's going to have. So with that knowledge, I think I'm going to take Cameron Gay here. And in development, 93 strength. This guy's going to be a bulldozer. Like, our defensive line went to being god-awful to pretty much being probably one of the best in the league. That's like in one offseason. So that's actually pretty nice. Again, okay, so there's a slot corner that I actually like. But again, these are slot corners. He has A to C in man, which I'm assuming it's going to be B or C. B catching, B press, B zone. He has actually some good attributes and athletic reasons. And there you go, hidden development. We have yet to draft a normal dev player. So that's nice, but I pretty much jinxed myself there. So wherever we're taking with these next pick, I'm going to let the computer draft the rest. This corner is still available. I mean, we don't really need another corner exactly, but he actually is pretty good athletic-wise. He's just a 22, I'll take it. Yeah, I figured he was going to be normal dev, but you never know if he could turn out to being an actually good player. You know what, I'm going to try to, like, throw out there a 5th round pick and just see if there's any good safeties available. Because you never know. So, because we could use a safety at the moment. Wow, Charles Jackson. He has some interesting attributes. Yeah, D and man, who cares? But is zone, I'm assuming it's going to be C. It has to be C or B. It's not D. I'll tell you that much. But Charles Jackson actually looks pretty alright. And the unfortunate part is the only thing he has A to C is stamina and injury. So I thought he actually was going to have something better than that, but that's okay. Actually, he has A to C in tackling. I didn't know that. But, let's also see Julius Gardner. I'm honestly just a little curious to see who any of these safeties could be. He has elite strength, so he could be a very good hit power free safety, and he has ANC.
Next up,
Let's just
the
take through
Tampa
this.
Bay Buccaneers are on the clock.
I'm not expecting him to be a starter, but just you never know in this league. If he could just be a decent player, you never know. And plus, that safety at least. But I'm honestly expecting we had a pretty good draft. I mean, outside of the 5th round pick, but I think we had a pretty good draft. I don't think our draft was amazing, but I think this draft was still good. Just I don't think it's going to be like what it was last year, where we had so many good players, and then yeah, just hopefully our team can actually not be the first overall pick this year. So that's really all I'm asking for. All right, so draft recap. We got a 77 overall wide receiver, a 74 overall another wide receiver, 75 D tackle, I'll take it. 74 slot corner, and we got another corner who's a 73. Then we got Julius Gardner, who's a 67, but we actually got a 69 overall linebacker who's unfortunately more of an edge rusher, which kind of sucks. But he can't be some. I think he's a decent depth piece, I guess, than an edge, but you never know. He could actually pan out to being a starter. You never know. So that turns him into a 70 overall. We actually, for some reason, had another linebacker that just didn't tell me his overall, which is a 63. So yeah, we still have a need at linebacker, but our team is kind of complete afterwise. I mean, yeah, this team could definitely get older, don't get me wrong, because this team has a lot of young talent. Like, let me just look at this team. Sophomore, new to the system. Sophomore, rookie, new. Sophomore, new to the scheme. Sophomore, 3rd year. Defense, sophomore, rookie, new to the scheme. Sophomore, or actually no, I think he's a rookie. Sophomore, 3rd year. Like, you kind of get, and also sophomore. Like, this team is very young, which, I mean, is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing, because we don't have a lot of experience, so. Like, the only player that really brings, like, wisdom and experience is Kenny Clark and Nick Chubb, but that's kind of about it. And we're kind of going to be leaning towards Nick Chubb, hopefully a lot this year, but you never know. But I'm honestly expecting us to not get the first overall pick this year, hopefully, because this team should not be that bad at this point. Like I said, hopefully, because this team has a lot of talent, like I said, but this team really needs to start kicking into gear here. Like, this team somehow gets pretty much what I'm trying to say is if this team does not get more than 5 wins, this season is a disappointment. Because this, like, honestly, I wouldn't be even surprised if we made it to the playoffs. But if we don't get more than 5 wins, the season again is a disappointment. Like, obviously, again, like, our goal is to at least not be 1-16 for the 3rd time in a row. But I'm like, we're not even like, this team is way too talented just to win 1 game. Actually, 2 games in the season, really. Like, we have arguably maybe one of the best defensive lines. We have an amazing running back, a very young but also good receiving core, and a good quarterback, decent tight end, and honestly, kind of good defense. Just I have a little issue at linebacker, but that's kind of about it. So if just everything can click, and Drew Sanders can just like have a breakout season as a linebacker, this team can honestly go to the Super Bowl. Obviously, again, I'm not expecting us to go to the Super Bowl this year. After all, we literally just had the first overall pick for 2 years in a row. But the main goal for me is for us to make it to the postseason, or have a 9-8 record and miss it. That's literally just my only goal of this team, because this team is just that talented, in my opinion. If this team, like, again, has like a 5-12 or below record, I would be genuinely shocked. Like, I won't even be genuinely shocked if this team went like 6-11. Because like this team, like I said, is just way too talented to just like miss out in the postseason. Even with all the young talent, which yes, there will be growing pains, but we also got a lot of decent veterans like Kenny Clark and Nick Chubb, and heck, even AJ Terrell's kind of a veteran at this point when he's 26 years old. So that also means the same thing with Tristan Wirfs. So yeah, we should have definitely a very good season, I'm hoping, and maybe make it to the postseason. I'm not expecting us to win, but it would be nice. But I wouldn't be shocked if this team won a playoff game. But outside of that, then I'm kind of a little shocked. Okay, so we are so far have beaten our win total from the past 2 seasons, but we're also 2-5, so that's not a great start. But let's just see how our team is going. We have the ranked 8th offense, so I'm assuming it's just our defense that's somehow the problem. Yep, we have the worst defense in the league. Yikes. Quad Freeman having a alright so far. I mean, I wish he kind of did throw a little bit more yards, but that's alright. Nick Chubb averaging 5 yards per carry. Are you freaking crazy, dude? Wow. Javonte Noman, I'm assuming this is the sophomore receiver. Yeah, this is the sophomore receiver. Doing pretty good. He's obviously not surprising, the leading receiver on the team, but hey, I'm not complaining. Drake Dutch, then number 2. I'm honestly a little disappointed with their rookie receivers because they combined not even more than what he did in touchdowns, receiving yards, and they have one more reception. Little upsetting. Overall, doing alright. I kind of wish our right tackle just could block a little bit better, but that's okay. Apparently he's an award-winning player, which I don't really see why at the moment. So does that 2 interceptions. Jalen Phillips, 4.5. At least our free agents are getting to the quarterback, but that's kind of about it. I wasn't expecting Cameron Gay to have the most outside of those 2 players. Yeah, but so far that D lineman has been a bit of a disappointment, and I'm a little sad about that. Devontae Johnson, is this the slot corner? Yeah, this is the slot corner. That's nice, at least. And he has 1/10 overall, so that's kind of cool. At least he's actually happiness of the team in some capacity. Larry Mathis, Neo Chanel, and Jamal Edwards. Who the frick is Jamal Edwards? I don't think. Oh, was that the rookie that we drafted, Jamal Edwards? Apparently so. Hopefully, just our defense could turn around during the season, because I'm a little disappointed with the defense, even with it being yes, this is a defense to young group. Yes, it is, but that doesn't mean anything. It should still be winning games. Like, we just recently got a win. And you know what's also very disappointing, I feel like, is we're the last team in our division. So, like, if we were kind of in a different division, I bet you would be, like, way better. So, yeah, so not surprisingly, we don't have a lot of free agents I want to bring back. The only free agent I kind of want to bring back is Drake Dutch and Durley Mathis. Durley and Mathis, I guess a 2-year deal could work. I mean, I don't think I want him in anything longer. Maybe a 3-year deal, I guess, but like that's kind of about it. Drake Dutch, I think, yeah, like a 3-year deal that could work. There you go. He is back, so we don't really have to worry about any big player to leave in free agency. Hopefully. I'm honestly hoping that we could just like make a playoff run. You know what? Let's just simulate week by week. Let's see what the heck happens. Why not? You know, outside linebacker I think is what we should still have at scouting focus since that's kind of our only need at the moment outside of safety. Okay, so we just recently barely lost to the Tennessee Titans, and now we're about to go against the frickin' Cowboys. Sweet. Like, every time you go against the Cowboys, you know how bad that's going to be for you. Like, it's going to be terrible. You're going on a roller coaster of a ride if we're going against the Dallas Cowboys. So, yeah. You gotta be kidding. I mean, I just want to freaking relocate. Is that really too much to ask for, really? So I'm expecting us to lose this game by probably a comfortable margin, honestly. But if we win, I'll be pretty happy with myself because that's one of the best teams in freaking Madden. And we beat them. I don't know how, but we beat them. You know what's so funny? I just realized we're the only team that so far have beaten the Raiders. I'm not joking. Like, we're the only team so far that have beaten the Raiders, which I think is very funny. So hopefully with the Chargers losing the next 2 weeks and us winning, we should be in third place. So that's something. But again, they actually have to lose 2 games in a row, which is not very likely. And they won, of course. But we're at least going against the Chargers, so this is kind of interesting. Obviously, this is a must-win game for us to try to hold our dreams into the playoffs. So let's just hope that we can beat them here. Am I expecting to beat them? No, but I'm honestly hoping that we could beat them because our team is kind of good now. Hopefully. And we won again with actually 2 breakouts against the Commanders. So that's nice. So we have a breakout D lineman. It's Brand Stephenson. Actually, this is definitely something I want to happen because it will just be so much better for him. Like, if he gets 1 interception, like, he just has to get 1 sack or a tackle for loss. If he gets that, he gets to start up, and that's pretty darn easy to do. So hopefully he actually does that. Then we have a breakout wide receiver, and I have no idea who this guy is. It's not telling me. It is, I think it's the receiver that we drafted last year, which I don't think he's going to get one since he's superstar dev at the moment. But heck, if he does, I'm not going to complain. But I'm just saying it's probably not going to happen. Let's keep upgrading his playmaking ability. Cannot have enough of playmaking ability. I really am happy though so far. He's actually developing quite nicely. Let's upgrade his power rush ability, even if he's getting to the quarterback a lot more than I thought he was going to be. Will Roach, let's upgrade your finesse power. So there you go. He actually has hidden development, funny enough. Honestly, isn't there an NFL player named Will Roach? I'm pretty sure there is. So let's hope that at least Stephenson can get his breakout. If both of them can, I'm not going to complain. It's just like, I'm not expecting him to have like an amazing game against the Commanders, but you never know, honestly. And we just beat them 24-14. That is nice because now we're officially 3rd place in the division. But we just had an injury. It's a little unfortunate. And it's Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Thino Wagner is also out for 2 weeks with a broken finger. That's not good. Hopefully our breakouts happen. Obviously, I'm preferring more on the defensive player who could hopefully got that breakout. I think he did get it, right? Yep, he got it. Star Dev. I'm not that surprised that he did because, well, should. And then we also have the other breakout, which I'm not expecting he did get. Yep, he didn't get it, which I'm not surprised because obviously, again, like getting Superstar X Factor is not an easy task. So I'm not complaining. Like, I would honestly care less. So yeah, we're about to turn this guy into a freak of nature. He's actually now a captain of the team. Funny enough. Let's also upgrade his finesse moves, just like try to be more finessive off the edge a little bit, so want him to do that. Because Tristan Wirfs, I don't really care that much. Like, let's upgrade his scheme. He is having a little morale boost, so, morale downgrade, which is a little sad. This guy has Superstar X Factor. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I wasn't expecting him to have Superstar X Factor. I honestly thought it was going to be the same thing like the other receiver that we drafted, to have Superstar Dev, which that means he would still be he's going to be around as good then as the other receiver, but with Superstar X Factor, you can potentially get better than what he is. So if we win this game, we're back at 500. If we lose this game, we're most likely never going to get to 500. But we're going against the Chiefs, so I'm not even going to complain if we lose. Not going to complain, but I would like to win, obviously. And yeah, we lost. I'm not surprised. But we got a pretty much must-win game for both of us in the Houston Texans. Hopefully we can actually beat the Texans here. Because we kind of need to win all of our games to make it into the postseason. And really have a kind of easy schedule afterwards. I mean, outside of the Jaguars game, I think this is an easy schedule. So let's just please beat the Texans, please. That's all I'm asking, please. Okay, thank you. 31-28. Now we're going against the Giants, who are 3-10. So if they're smart, they would, try to make it close, but also at the same time let us win so they can get a better draft pick. So if they're smart in that matter. Again, that's it. So our offense is downgraded from 12, which, again, that's still pretty good either way. But our defense is actually now not ranked the worst defense, but still pretty close. Okay, he's doing alright so far. Nick Chubb is slightly downgraded, but 4.9 yards per carry. That's still good. Is he actually? I think he's he has to be nearly the leading in receiving yards. Yeah, he is the second most receiving yards in front of players like Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, whoever the frick Frank Hamilton is, Sheen Rice, Stephon Diggs. So literally above any receiver except Jamar Chase, which I'm honestly not that surprised. Which I don't. You know what I am surprised about with Jamar Chase? He's actually requested a trade. I'm a little surprised because Joe Burrow's there, so that's quite interesting. Wait, Freeman is surprisingly up in the MVP voting. He is the 9th most in MVP voting. Our rookie receiver, he's probably not going to win MVP, or our sophomore receiver isn't going to win MVP. There's somebody named Lamar Jackson there. Max Crosby, Jalen Phillips at 3, though. That's solid. Same thing with Drew Sanders at 6. So they are rookie. Okay, so both of our rookie receivers made it at 7 and 8, respectively. We have a couple of rookies actually made it at 4 and 2. Hopefully they can actually make it to number 1. But hey, if he's the 6th best quarterback in the AFC, I'll gladly take that. Nick Chubb has to be. Yeah, I was about to say, he has to be in there. He's 9. So, for some reason, I don't know why, but he is ranked the best receiver when I feel like Jamar Chase should. In my opinion, in that matter. Best alignment, I'm curious to see if anybody made it. No, nobody made it. D lineman, Jalen Phillips at number 2. That's pretty nice, not gonna lie. Linebackers, I'm not expecting him to make it. Yeah, he made it at 6. DBs. I'm not expecting anybody to make it. Nope. Well, I'm honestly a little disappointed then, I guess. With, Oh, our kicker made it. That's nice. I am a little disappointed that our AJ Terrell signing didn't make him as a top 10 corner in the AFC, but hey, I'm not going to complain. So, let's just beat the Giants. How about that? The Giants, if they're smart, should not win this game. So, this should be an easy, 42-21. Okay, that's a big game. Now we're going against the Jaguars, which is the toughest game right now. And AJ Terrell finally having... Did anybody else got Viewey Week Reward that I missed out on, besides that AJ Terrell one? And nobody did. Okay, so AJ Terrell's the only one so far. But hey, now we're at 500, so that's pretty good. But the problem is now we're going against the Jacksonville Jaguars, which this is, again, a must-win game. Every game moving on is a must-win game for us. So, yeah. So I'm just hoping for us to win this game, because again, it's going to be very disappointing if we just barely miss out in the postseason. So yeah, and also if we win, which again that's an if, which I'm not expecting us to win, we will be above 500, aka winning record. So yeah, at least we can have that going for us if we could just win, which I don't think we're going to. But if we do, hey, I'll be a happy man, and that might mean we might make it to the postseason. So I'll take it. And moment of truth, we beat the Jaguars, so we're 8-7 behind the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 9-6 at the moment. So if they lose 2 games, we win 2 games. We're number 2 in the division, which again, we're not going to win the division, unfortunately. But that's the thing. But we gotta win these next 2 games to hopefully make it into the postseason. So, yeah. It's also not kind of gonna help that freaking Clyde Edwards keeps getting his dislocated ankle, to be honest. But hopefully we can just beat the Chargers, who are a division rival, which that can also help. This is a must-win game for both of us. So if we win, the Chargers are eliminated, so they're probably going to lose their next week game, most likely. But if we lose, there is going to be a very hard chance for us to make it to the postseason next year. Or this year. So please, let's just win, please. Okay, we got absolutely destroyed, 31. But I don't know why, but we're viewed above the Chargers for some reason. I don't know why, but we are. And we're not ranked. Okay, so yeah, we're probably going to miss out into the postseason because the freaking Chiefs they're the Chiefs, so what do you expect? But dang though, if we're in a different division, a different conference, I feel like we would have had such a better game. But Hurley Mathis, he's getting a breakout. I'm not expecting him to break out, but you never know. Yeah, so most likely we're going to miss out on, we're going to miss out in the postseason, unfortunately. But let's just beat the Lions here. Get a winning record and have some positive vibes heading into next season. So, and plus, it wouldn't be that bad for us to win. Because if we win, at least we're above 500, and we already have so many other draft picks we could trade up to hopefully get an outside linebacker to fix this team. So yeah, we won, not surprisingly. But we did end up getting an injury. Hopefully just didn't have a torn ACL. That's all I'm asking for here. Okay, nobody is injured. Why is he here? Because is he on the IR list? No, he's not on the IR list. Okay. But let's just see the recap of the year. So at least, though, we kicked the crap out of the Lions, at least. So that's something to go looking forward to, even if that team is now 6-11 record team. So again, top 10 offense. I'm just assuming it's just because their defense has kind of been letting us down, which I don't know why. Our quarterback is doing absolutely incredible in this year, now only throwing 9 interceptions. Nick Chubb over 1,000 yards. That's pretty solid, not to lie. Dude, Jacoby Denobin is just a freaking beast. 17 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards. Great Dutch with another 1,000-yard season. Justice Mornett and Theo Wagner had some decent yards, but didn't as much as I liked. Sacks allowed. Our tackle just was the only one that's allowed double-digit sacks, which I guess is okay, but still. Let's see here. QB sacks. 14 for Jalen Phillips, 6.5 for Kenny Clark, 5.5 for Brand Stephenson, so hopefully he can add on to that for next year. Cameron Gay with 3.5. I'm honestly a little surprised he even has that much sacks, to be honest. Jalen Thomas, 2 sacks. Drew Sanders, 1.5. And it's pretty much just linebackers and DBs. Alright, interceptions. Drew Sanders with 4 interceptions. 2 interceptions for rookie Devontae Johnson, AJ Terrell, and Jamal Williams, who's a rookie. 1 interception for Leo Charsmick, Darian Mathis, and Loban Eames. Now, I'm not expecting Freeman to win MVP, mainly because we didn't make it to the postseason. But let's see if he made it or not. He actually is 7th in MVP voting, which is nice. Coach of the Year, I don't think Sean Payton made it. Yeah, he didn't, not surprisingly. So if he literally was just in a different, like, if Lamar Jackson just wasn't here, period, he would have won Offensive MVP. So if he doesn't get Superstar X Factor, I think he will be getting it either way. So who cares? Max Crosby wins Defensive MVP. While Jalen Phillips is at number 5. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Lauren Phillips. But at least both of our receivers made it to the top 10. Defensive Rookie of the Year was Randy Person. But at least Deontay Johnson and Cameron Gate both made it in there. But there was another rookie that I wish he was in there. Dang, he was rated the 3rd best QB out of the AFC. That's nice. Nick Chubb cracked the top 10 at number 9, to be precise. Javon Norman was the best wide receiver in the AFC. So that's probably going to make sure he's going to be the best receiver out of the entire league. Noah Lineman, 3rd best in Jalen Phillips. We take that. Best linebacker, go to TJ Watt, which was Sanders at number 9. Best corner was Sauce Gardner. I don't think anybody made it. Yeah, that's what I figured. And then best kicker. See if our rookie kicker made it. Nope, he did not. But he was there for a sec, so that's nice. But, yeah, we have a lot to be excited about, except this defense. Hopefully this defense could actually, like, I don't know, just be solid next year. Let's see if Darlian Mathis made it. Or got his thing. Oh, so you didn't get this thing. Well, again, that's okay, because, like, it's okay, because I don't even know if he is the slot corner anymore. I don't even know what's going on defense. But yeah, we're going to simulate it to the off-season, outside of just trying to do all these staff points and stuff. But again, there's a lot to be excited about. Obviously, the only thing I want to hopefully improve upon is this defense. This defense, I just don't know why, but this defense just somehow just finds new ways to just suck. I don't know why, but I think Vance Joseph has something to do with this. So yeah, we're probably going to be most likely changing our defensive scheme, and if that's not the issue, Robert Saleh is the issue, because he's coaching this pretty bad defense, so... Or I could just do both, which I don't want to do that, because I like Robert Saleh, so I don't want to do that. But, I'm getting kind of close, not going to lie, I'm getting kind of close. Or us to, like, trade him. So, yeah. So yeah, again, like I said, we're going to simulate it into the off-season. Hopefully, the receiver gets Superstar X Factor. If not, and Lamar Jackson won Offensive MVP, and he doesn't somehow get Superstar X Factor, he will be getting Superstar X Factor, because, like, let's face it, he deserves it. He was the best receiver in the AFC, assuming he's the best receiver in general. He was second at MVP voting for Offensive MVP, which, let's face it, he should win, because I don't think quarterbacks are supposed to win that reward. Yeah, so he has a lot to... Like, he has a lot on his resume just for him to not get X Factor. So, that's why I think he might be getting X Factor either way. And somehow if he... Which, again, I don't know why, but if somehow he gets to Star Dev, I'm going to be crazy. Alright, so the Raiders. We actually beat once this season. Actually won the Super Bowl. And, not surprisingly, Lamar Jackson. So he won both MVP and Offensive MVP. That is not how it works. I'm, by the way, just mentioning. And probably one of the reasons why they made it was because of Max Crosby winning Defensive MVP. Which I think, like, this is, like, the first team in a while that's ever won Defensive MVP and yet won the Super Bowl, so... Yeah, but moment of truth, does he actually... Okay, he does have Superstar X Factor. That's what I figured. I just, like... it would make no sense if he did not win and got Superstar X Factor. So there is a good chance that he could end up panning out to a 99 overall. Which, that's going to be very good for us, because we could definitely use a 99 overall wide receiver when kind of our receivers are kind of garbage right now. But Simon, we don't have anybody to resign, thank goodness, but there are positions of need still, like outside linebacker, free safety. Heck, we could even use another good corner, really. Because our corners at the moment aren't going to hold up. And I also kind of want another receiver, because Laurie Wagner just doesn't feel like he might be the guy. So, yeah, we actually have some free agent priorities. But the thing is, I don't think all these positions are going to be addressed in free agency. Unfortunately. Chris Olave, okay then. Yeah, we're definitely going to be signing him. Definitely use a deep threat like Chris Olave on the team. And he actually has interest. Yay! We're tied with the Patriots, so hopefully he doesn't go to the Patriots. Is there any other player? Like, I want to just see any outside linebackers that I might want to get. TJ Edwards is alright, but like for a 1-year pack, that's not what I'm looking for here. But no, there really isn't. How about free safety? I feel like there could be some. Micah Hyde is like the best free safety. Yeah, no thank you. Hopefully, Chris Olave does accept. If not, I'm probably just going to trade our draft picks or maybe use a pick for a wide receiver. So it's one of the two. Let's see here. And he went to the Patriots. Is there any other receiver that I might want to take? No. Okay. That's frustrating because that could have been a very useful receiver and hopefully make us a Super Bowl contender, but he went to go to the Patriots, huh? Make sure he regrets not going to the Patriots. So since he did not sign, I am going to probably trade for one. Why is our center not showing up? I don't understand. Why is our center not showing up? I don't get it. Yeah, because he's still on the roster. I guess he's like a backup or something? No. I wouldn't make any sense either. Okay, that's very confusing, but whatever. I'll fix that later. But our biggest need is left side linebacker, and then our second need is safety, even with him actually developing quite nicely, kinda. And then wide receiver, because we kind of need another depth receiver. So let's just try to throw a big freaking trade out there. Let's try to get Jamar Chase. I don't think we're going to get him because he's 26, he's a 99. A lot of stuff. He's going to be traded for a lot. You know what? Before we go trade Jamar Chase, is there like any receiver that I might be interested in? I know he's a 99 and he's 26, but I would rather spend a number 2 overall pick to a receiver who could develop into maybe a 90 overall, rather than trading multiple first-round picks, even when they're rated number 1 or 2, just to get him. Okay, so there are no top 5 wide receivers, which that's already a red flag, and that might mean that I might want to consider just taking Jamar Chase. And yeah, this guy does not look that good right now. But we're gonna see here. Yeah, he does not look good at all. But let's try to trade Chase, man. I mean, we could use another big-time receiver. Not gonna lie with you. And I think with Chase, this offense will just completely just go to a completely new level. Like, imagine him and our receiver that just won best receiver of the year. Like, so we're pretty much getting the 2 best receivers from last year. That's pretty much what we're getting. That's pretty freaking scary. Like, imagine that. Like, imagine it. So let's see how much they are asking for. So they're asking for the 2nd overall pick, the 1st overall pick, which is our 1st round pick, next year, and a 64 overall pick, which I think is very interesting. But you're not getting all of that. No siree. We have so many second-round picks. What the frick? First and a second. Okay, that somehow worked, but I am not complaining. So we're pretty much nearly trading nothing for Jamar Chase, which that is not that bad. We're trading lottery tickets for Jamar Chase. Hey, I'm taking that easy all day. So now we have arguably the best receiving core in the league. Now let's just fix our linebacking position. That's the only issue we have. So let's go try to get a freaking linebacker, eh? You know what? I already know who we should get. Jack Campbell. Or Patrick. You know what? Let's go get Patrick Queen. Let's go get him and then move like Lyra somewhere else, I guess. First, actually, you know what? Let's just throw in like 2 seconds. We have so many second-round picks. The trade isn't accepted, but it's pretty close. But I think with another second, it should be accepted. So, I'm assuming this is going to get accepted. Yep. 3 seconds for exchange of Patrick Queen. Gladly take that. Because, again, lottery tickets for Patrick Queen, totally taking that all day of the week. So, we're going to move Patrick Queen to outside linebacker, where hopefully he could develop into being an amazing outside linebacker, and then Leo will be moved to left side linebacker, which then that makes his defense hopefully a lot more scarier. Like, we're going all in this year because we are in a rookie contract. We have a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract. This is our chance to finally go all in and just waste a ton of money on free agents. And unfortunately, we don't have any free agents we want to consider signing, so we might as well just try to trade for these players. So the only positions I want to focus on are corner and free safety. Free safety, obviously, because we have a need, in corner because we kind of could use another good corner to hopefully fix this defense into being a freaking juggernaut. So yeah, number 2 overall pick. I think arguably we can get 2 superstars with these picks, and hopefully for secondary purposes. Now let's try to get Minka Fitzpatrick. He's decently old, so I'm assuming they might want to accept this. But Jordan Poyer, I don't think he's a good enough corner to accept that. Quandre Diggs, nah. I like your corners, don't get me wrong. It's just I don't like your free safety situation. Marcus Williams, he ain't that bad, but I also not that good. How about CJ Gardner-Johnson? Okay, no. They don't even have good. Sauce Gardner. Sure, let's trade him. This is ridiculous. Our team is a literal juggernaut. If this team just does not make it to the Super Bowl somehow, I think I might lose my marbles because this team is